Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooling Measure Part 2. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys the impact of cooling measures towards us as a consumer. There's actually 3 main points that I would like you guys to know. The first one would be lowering the LTV of HDB loan from 85% to 80%. In my opinion, right, lowering the LTV, it doesn't really stop property downgraders who are more established in their career, such as people above 30-year-old and have sufficient CPF in their CPF account from buying large HDB. In general, what this lowering LTV will impact are the young couples who just started their career with little or no CPF, or other people with insufficient CPF. This group of people need to fork out a large amount of deposit for their first HDB. Even though they can use some housing grant, there's a cap to it as well. As such, I would say this policy will mainly affecting them, but not people truly need the bigger units, which are the larger family and the people who are in the 30s or 40s who already have more CPF. The second point is actually the raising of the interest rate floor. So in the buyer's perspective, right, if the TDSR and the MASR requirement get stricter, the buyer can either take a smaller loan and buy a smaller quantum property, or to take a smaller loan and pay more in down payment. People who are cash rich, they are able to actually show funds to meet their TDSR requirement. So they are still able to buy the property of the same quantum. So I would say that the measure will need them to show more cash. Therefore, it doesn't really affect people who are cash rich from buying. These are actually affecting people who are more cash poor. I would say this policy is quite subjective. The third point would be the 15 months without period. This will actually slow down the entry of the cash-rich private property downgraders into the HDB market to reduce the amount of million-dollar HDB flats in the market, allowing first-time home buyers who may not have large proceeds to depend on get a little more priority. However, I'm confused on one thing. If the MSR and TDSR also affect the first-time home buyers on the loan eligibility, and the HDB loan LTV also reduced from 85% to 80%, many of them naturally also cannot afford the 5 rooms or executive maisonette anyway. So this policy doesn't really help this group of first-time home buyers too. So who can actually buy 5-room flat or maisonette? I would say are the 3 to 4 room upgraders or the retired people. So if you were to ask me, the volume of transaction for this type of property will be quite low in the next 15 months. In summary, I don't really think this cooling measure will reduce the resale HDB price so soon, as the supply of housing in many mature estates is still quite low. The rule of thumb for any prices really depends on demand and supply. With a higher demand for working from home and lesser supply for large flats and big condominium, many of the BTO and new condo are really small in sizes. So that's the reason many people willing to pay more for a bigger HDB 5-room flat or EM. Price of a large home is really on a higher demand and it's hard to curb on the price. The only way to solve the problem in long run is to build more bigger size HDB units into the market and increase the supply. And this is the best way to solve this problem in long run. I hope this sharing actually helps you understand more on the cooling measures and make a better decision on your property purchase. And do subscribe to our channel, click a like button. See you soon. Goodbye.